So today we're going to be graphing equations, and our very first step is to make a table. So right here I have an equation, and the first thing I'm going to do is make this table, and I know that it's drawn for you, but that won't always be the case. So you'll want your x first, then your y, and a column for ordered pairs for ease of graphing. Step 2, you're going to substitute values for x so that we can fill in this table. So these can be just about any value of x. How about I say that x is 0? If x is 0, 2 times 0 equals 0. So if my x is 0, my y is 0. My ordered pair is 0, 0. What if I said that x was 1? So 2 times 1 equals 2. So my dependent variable is 2. 1, 2 is my ordered pair. How about 5 is my x, or my independent variable? So what I do to my x will affect my y. So 2 times 5 equals 10. My ordered pair is 5 and 10. I think I need to erase these for the next page. So now we're going to graph, and I want you guys to remember that when we're graphing, think of about a triple jumper or a long jumper. They always run before they jump. It is the same with graphing. We're going to run on flat ground before jumping. So 0, 0 starts right here. I'm going to start at the origin. Then we'll run 1, jump 2. Run 1, jump 2. Now we're going to run 5, jump 10. I'm running 5 and then jumping up 10. So I'm going to try and draw a line through this. It's not going to be perfect, so I apologize for that. Oh dear, that was pretty bad. But you get the idea there. So we were able to graph that really quickly. Let's try another example. So get your highlighter ready. It costs $5 to rent a kayak plus $8 for each hour. We're going to write and graph, so we want to graph the equation and write an equation that represents the cost of renting a kayak and identify the independent and the dependent variables. So hopefully we've got the important information here. And I'm going to write a couple of things up here. So if it costs $5 to rent a kayak plus, I'm going to write a plus above that. $8 for each hour. Each hour, that's really important. If you see each hour or per hour, you know that you're going to multiply. So let's set up a model. So we know it's $5 right off the bat, just to rent that kayak. So we'll write $5 to rent a kayak plus $8 each hour. There's our plus, $8 each hour. So this is starting to take shape. And we don't know how many hours that we're going to kayak. So the number of hours we kayak is going to change how much we pay. So times the number of hours that we're kayaking, and all of this is going to equal the cost of kayaking. So what is my independent variable? What can I change again? That is going to be the number of hours. X is my independent variable. The number of hours that you kayak will change Y, your cost, or your dependent variable. The cost depends on X, or the number of hours. So let's go ahead and write this equation out. So I have $5 to rent the kayaks plus $8 each, or per, which we decided was times the number of hours, which is X, equals the cost Y. So here's our same equation, and our step 1 again was to make the table, and I've done one already, but you may need to do it on your notes. So you have an X and a Y and then your ordered pair. After we've made our table, we're going to substitute the values for X. And I'm going to start with 0. Like, what if I don't even kayak at all? Like, I just rent the kayak and then I take it right back. So if my number of hours is 0, let's rewrite this. 5 plus 8 times 0 hours equals y. I have 0 plus 5 is $5. So the flat rate of just renting that kayak and then returning it would be $5. What if I rented the kayak for 1 hour? So for 1 hour, for my x, 8 times 1 is 8, plus 5 is 13. So it would cost $13 to rent for 1 hour. What if I rented for 2 hours? Oops. That's okay. We'll go with it. So 8 times 2 is 16, plus 5 is 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So we will have $21 if we rent the kayak for 2 hours. So our third step, let me clear our board, is just going to be to graph this. So remember that we run before we jump. So I'm not running anywhere actually here. I'm going to go to 0, 5. This is my starting point. I'm not starting at the origin because no matter how many hours, I must pay $5. And then I'll run 1, jump 13. Run 1, I will jump 13. Run 2, we'll jump 21. So I'll try to do a line. I know I'm bad at this. But there is our line. We were able to graph it. You guys need to use a ruler. Okay, so time to work on your assignment.